Welcome to the Regina Queen Podcast Live via Facebook. Here I have with me three beautiful, brilliant warriors, domestic violence survivors. And we are here to share our stories. We are here to break the silence against domestic violence and to help others come out before it gets too late. How you doing, ladies? Thank you for being with me on Regina Queen Live Podcast. How are you guys doing this morning?
Great. Good morning.
Great. And I would like for each one of you to introduce yourself to our viewers. And I would like to start off, Karen, first, I would like to start off with you first to represent your people and what you do.
Hi, my name is Karen Lockhart from New York City, born and raised, helping people empower with homelessness, housing program, job placement, and also domestic violence and ending gun violence. I'm a peer support specialist. Go ahead, Virginia.
Thank you so much. And thank you for what you do, Karen, to empower your community.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we have Jessica. Jessica, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, hi. My name is Jessica Feliciano. I'm from Coney Island, Brooklyn. I am a founder and CEO of my nonprofit organization called JB Evolution, Rise to the Top. We are out here to help children in need. Soon we'll be feeding the homeless. And our goal is to open up a recreational center in the area of Coney Island.
That's wonderful.
Pleasure to meet you.
That's wonderful. Thank you for what you do for your community. And we have here Dayja. Dayja, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Dayja Brown, calling out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm co-CEO of JB's Evolution. We in Coney Island, we feed the homeless, we give out presents on holidays. We give different things out to the community for the children and adults to come out, also we have a nonprofit organization in Coney Island, like she said, to open up a recreation center for the Coney Island residents, the children in Coney Island.
Pleasure to meet you.
That's wonderful. And thank you, Dayja, for what you do for your community as well to empower your people. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And so we're going to start. I know you young ladies are here to share your story to help, save a life.
Yes, definitely.
Your pain is your purpose.
Mhm.
And
True.
I would like for you to feel comfortable. I want you to be comfortable in sharing your story. So in the midst of sharing your story, if you feel the need that you need to stop or you don't want to go no longer, you're free to do so. Thank you. So I would like to start with Jessica. Jessica, would you like to share the impact of domestic violence?
Yes.
Have been through and how it has impacted you and your family.
Yes, I am a domestic violence, good morning to everyone, to all the ladies, even the men that are out there as well, because domestic violence is just not always just pertain to women. There are men that do get abused as well, so I hope we could touch someone's heart, my domestic violence that I had experienced was with an ex-boyfriend of mine, everything was good in the beginning. It was all great, peaches and creams. But then, one day he got violent with me and he went and, as you can see here, he tried to bite my whole nose off. And You would have think, that was the moment for me to be like, hey, let me get out of this. But, love makes you do crazy things. And when you're in an abusive relationship, sometimes you don't know how to get out. So that being said, I still stood, and it went to that I was pregnant with his baby, and he just got so violent one day. Oh my God, just like talking about it just brings back so much old memories, and because it was a lot, and he hit me so bad that he wound up making me have an abortion from the child that I was carrying at the time. So even though it's so long ago, it hurts, and you would have think I would have left still, and I didn't. I still stood, and it went that I wound up going to California with my family, and all I remember is I was sitting in the toilet bowl, and he opened up the door and just came straight at me with a knife in my jaw right here. And thank God I was with my family, because if it wasn't for them, they separated us, and I wound up staying where I was at, and so I just really thank my family, because I don't know where I would have been or what could have happened off of that, so that's how I got out. I mean, I'm not as fortunate as other people, but that really traumatized me, with future relationships. I couldn't really trust much, and then I still went through more abuse with other men along the way, so it was a lot. It really was a lot, and I just truly hope that, us women, even men, could just get the strength to go before it's too late. And that's my story I have right now, everyone.
Thanks for sharing.
You're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you. Thank you for sharing. And it's amazing, that you are still here, to share your story. God is so good, and to God be the glory for what He has done in our lives. Yes, in
Mhm.
your life, and your family as well. So thank you for sharing. And
Thank you.
yes, so Dayja, would you like to share your story of the
Yes.
impact of what domestic violence, how domestic violence has impacted you and your family?
Hold on one second, sorry. Okay, well, how domestic violence, impact me. When I first encountered domestic violence, I think I was 19. I was with my oldest daughter father. Um he we was in a shelter, and he stole. I bought my daughter some outfits, okay. He stole one of the outfits that I bought. It was the main outfit that I wanted. He stole it. That's how I knew. And I approached him about it, and he was like, "Oh, get out of here!" Start cussing and carrying on, and he hit me, and we started fighting in the shelter. So I got kicked out the shelter. Well, I didn't get kicked out. He was getting kicked out, but
Oh, that's
because
good.
he was really, oh, he was getting kicked out, I went with him. And the lady in the shelter, she said, "Let me tell you something. If you leave this shelter, you're gonna be leaving all shelters forever with him. I think that, we only kicking him out because he shouldn't have put his hand on you." And I promised, I said, "I promise this is the last shelter that I'm gonna leave with him." You understand? So I packed and I left. And we went to another shelter, and he gave me money for the house. He wanted the money. I hid it. He tried to break my fingers for the money. That was another time, but we didn't get kicked out the shelter. So I went to pretty much a lot of abuse with him, and then eventually, I got out of it because of my daughter, but I think I probably would have still stayed. I think I probably would have still stayed with him if it wasn't for my daughter. And then other past relationships, the same thing. I accept abuse, and I felt, he hit me, I hit him, he hit me, I hit him, we fighting. So, but it was toxic. It was toxic, and I went through it for a minute. I'm not gonna hold you. I went through fighting with men for a minute, until I start seeing my son go through his own thing, like want to hit women, and I had a son that didn't hit women. And I'm like, now I have other kids, and I'm like, you know what? I can't let them see me go through this. I can't let them see this go on, because look at these two, or these three, my daughter too. My daughter seen a man put a knife to my throat, and she said, you know what, mommy? That was my trauma right there. When that man put that knife to your throat, that was scares me, and I stay with that for all, like, that was a trauma for me. So as well as I was going through it, I was taking my kids through it. So I had to make a mind up and like, listen, do you want these kids to be traumatized? You understand? It gotta stop. So now recently, maybe like about a year ago, a man tried to put his hand on me. And I was like, I left it alone. I said, listen, I can't do this, because, I've been through domestic violence. I know this toxic. Ain't nothing gonna come out of toxic, but I thank God that I got the strength now to know, like, I'm not gonna deal with this, but it took years. It wasn't easy. You understand? It took my kids that's grown now to show me, like, mommy, look at the results from what you went through.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody, man, female, if you're going through a toxic relationship, because that's what the message is toxic, get out before it's too late. I have a friend that lost a friend that he killed her. You understand? It was too late for her, so we have to notice the red flags and address it where it don't happen again. Or if it is gonna happen, get out. Just get out. It's not worth it. And that's my story.
Yes, thank you for sharing your story. And it is, a blessing that you're still here to share your story. And Jessica, I would like to ask you, how long did you encounter domestic violence?
Oh man, I've been dealing with domestic violence since I was like 14 years old. Half all my life, to say. It became like something immune, and it's so sad to say. It is so sad to say, because we get immune to this, like it's okay, and it's not. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes like a way of life for you when you're like so used to it for so long,
Yep.
and it's
Yep.
crazy. Yeah.
Very much. Very much.
Yeah, Jessica, at what point of time in your life did you recognize the red flags?
Well,
At one
well,
point, how many years did it take you to recognize the red flags?
oh man, it took me to almost like 4 years ago. No, I could say 5, because I just, I've been with my man and he doesn't hit me. And that's when I met him, it showed me that this is the way a man's supposed to treat you, not hitting and hurting on you, because that's not love. So I've just finally recently noticed that, hey, this is not, of my life, domestic violence. No, it has to stop somewhere along the line here. So yeah.
Yeah. Did he did you get abused? Was the abuse verbally as well? Was it verbal abuse?
Yeah, sometimes it would be as well. Yeah. Yeah.
How did it affect your self-esteem?
Well, it made my self-esteem, low, because, someone's always telling you, things, and then you start thinking that this is the way I am, this is me, you start believing what the person's telling you. So yeah, it puts your self-esteem down, but I had to uplift myself throughout that and tell myself I'm better than this. I'm gonna be better, and I know my self-worth. So moving forward, I'm not allowing no one to ever do that to me again. I'll be damned.
Yes, yes, that's great. And did you have like family support? And
I really
friends
never
and
told
family?
my I really never told my family. So when they see this, they're probably gonna be like, whoa, we didn't even know this. So yeah, I kept it. I mostly told my best friend, close friends that are close to me. That's about it, And my daughter, I did let her know as well.
Did you feel embarrassed and ashamed to reach out to people?
Yeah, sometimes, because some people, their criticism, or some people may not really understand, or they'll probably try to tell you, oh, it's your fault, what do you do? So I just don't want to deal with it. So I just kept it to myself.
Was it a challenge for you to come out? Was it like a challenge, like in a huge?
No, I don't say more of a challenge, because I guess I just got fed up and said the best thing is for you to talk about what you're going through instead of holding it in. And you have to speak, so I have to speak and not be shy, about my abusers and stuff.
Yes. That's great. Thank you for sharing. And
You're welcome.
thank you for sharing. Dayja,
Yes.
the same for you. How long did it take you to see the red flags?
To be honest, just last year when I was in a relationship, because before that relationship, I was in another relationship where this man cracked me over my head with a dustpan stick, because he choked me and I pushed him, and he picked up the stick and he hit me with it. And from that point, I didn't leave him. I stood. He said, "I'm sorry. What happened again?" Then I decided I was gonna leave him because it was just too much. And he fought me in the taxi. And from that point, he beat me up in the taxi. I left him alone. And I'm like, this is it. I'm over this. And then when I got with a new boyfriend, like maybe 2 years ago, okay, because I left him in 2000, I think 12, whatever. Anyway, like I say, maybe a year later, it wasn't even a year me and this guy was together. We didn't even make a year. It was only like maybe 4 or 5 months. And he went to put his hand on me, and I'm like, I just got out of that. I'll be damned if I'm gonna go through this again. So I just left it alone. I was like, nah. And I was like, I cannot do this. I just left a domestic. It ain't nothing gonna happen. Once a man put their hand on you once, it's not gonna end. So I'm like, I'm not putting myself back in there. So yeah. So last year, I realized it, and I'm like, and now anybody that I do come encounter with, far as the red flags or whatever, I have to nip it in the butt before it goes to be toxic. So I thank God that he gives me that, the strength to do that, But yeah, this last year, I made up my mind, that I'm not going to do no one being abusive to me. I just made up,
That's right. That's right. You can't let no one take your power from you.
Exactly.
No way. And so thank you for sharing. And the reason why I asked about red flags, because some people go into relationships and just override, the red flags. They don't acknowledge the red flags. Although you see the red flags, but you don't pay attention to them. You just override it, and then it gets bad. But red flags are very, very important to recognize. Once you see the red flags, I mean, it's time to go, like, or if you want to stay, I suggest not to, but if you want to stay with your partner, address it, and communicate. Like you said, there was no communication. Like, communication is key.
Yes.
It's just the person, but we have to be strategic of coming out of domestic violence and to get out safely. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I would like to ask you, Jessica, can you share with us your organization and what you do, and also what would be a message that you would give to victims of domestic violence?
Yeah, like I had said earlier, we're nonprofit. We're out here trying to help out the community. We do events periodically throughout the year. We do like Halloween, we got a Halloween event coming up as well. We'll be uniting with another nonprofit that is coming out as well. And we're gonna be giving out candies to the children, get dressed up and what else you had told me to say? I'm sorry.
If you have a message for victims of domestic violence, what would that be?
Oh, yes, I do. My message to you all that are listening, do not be afraid to talk to someone, because my problem was I kept it all in. Speak, say something to someone, know your worth, know that you don't deserve this, okay? Love is supposed to be love, not abuse. So try to get yourself out before it's too late, please.
Yes, thank you for that. And then Dayja, can you share what you are doing as we go into closing out really quick? And if you have a message for victims of domestic violence, what would that be?
Well, okay. Like I said, CEO of JB Evolution. We like you said, I help our community and things like that. Anybody in need of anything, we help out as well. But my message to anyone that's going through domestic violence, you don't have to stay, it's a cycle, especially if you're being abused through all your life, whether it's been through your parents or whoever, you tend to accept abuse. And you have to know that you don't have to, you've been through it when you was younger. If I for myself, I've been through abuse as a child from my mother. You understand? So it's acceptable. It's already in the air, but you just got to put that past and go, because I went through it when I go through this. You understand? I have to want better for myself. So I would tell anybody, recognize the red flags. Physical, mental abuse is the worst. You understand? Anytime someone is cursing you out or calling you out your name, that's the red flags for the next step.
So Jessica, my question to you is, what made you change? What made you don't want to give up? Because sometimes in domestic violence, as we're going through the process with people, we choose to stay. What made you say, you know what, I'm gonna stick it out? What made you say I'm gonna leave? I know you probably mentioned that a little earlier. What made you stand firm? How did
Because
you get?
I got tired of getting hit. I'm not a punching bag, so, and I know, my worth. I see these, TV shows and I see Dr. Phil and stuff like this, and it touches my heart, and I'm like, you know what, I actually know my worth too. So I need to get up and go and know that this is not acceptable. So I just got the strength somewhere along the way and just said enough is enough.
Right.
We're gonna ask Regina.
Yeah.
Regina, what is your story and what made you stay, or what made you leave?
What made me leave?
Yeah.
The impact was, horrible. It affects you in multiple ways, physically, mentally. I left because I just got tired of the abuse. I got tired of it. And it feels like all your power, is being, taken from you. So that's why I left. And it almost, went out. Almost went out. So after that time, the day when I almost went out, that's when I just really gave up and said, no, I can't do it, anymore. So yeah, that made me leave because it really feels like the power is just being ripped out of you, and knowing you feel unloved, so why would be in a relationship when you're just being abused, and that's not love. once, you identify what love is, you're really gonna storm out of there quick. Cause beating on someone, abusing someone, that's not enough.
Yeah.
What about you, Dayja?
And again, you said what made me leave or stay?
Yeah, because sometimes we have some people who still stay, and I'm gonna say it for myself. So sometimes I stayed, he said he loved me. I felt that I could thug it out. I felt like I could be there. I could be his support. This is gonna change.
Yeah,
So I stayed. So what
yeah.
encouraged you to leave? Because sometimes as women, as domestic violence, we still stay. We feel that he's gonna change. We feel that we could build him up. What made you stay?
Hoping
You
and
know,
praying.
what made you leave? Because some people be like, you know what, I had enough, I'm gonna leave. So that's the reason why I'm asking those questions. There's a reason of me asking.
The past relationship that I was in, what made me leave, because I've been through it so much. I know nothing gonna come out of it. So why stay? You can't fix him. You saying, oh, he's gonna change. It's only that one time he did it. That one time can go, all right, he will not do it maybe for a few months, but then next time something is not his way, he gonna do it again. I didn't want to wait I didn't want to wait around that time. And we have not been together a year. We only been together 5 months. So if it's just starting now, it don't get no better. So I made up my mind, like, I'm not staying in this. This is a no-go. I feel like it's a cycle all over again. And then I got my kids to think about. Like I said, I have these young ones, boys. I don't want them to go the route that my other two sons went. I want them to be different. So I have to show them better. So that's what gave me the courage to leave them and what I've been through in the past.
Yes, and
I
I would
think
like to ask Jessica. Jessica, can you share with us how Karen has helped you throughout, these difficult times?
Well, I met her not so long ago. She's been such an inspiration. She's a real businesswoman, and she's helping us along the way. So which I appreciate, because not a lot of people out there want to help a helping hand to help someone else to elevate, so I appreciate everything she's doing for us, and the same for you as well.
Thank you so much. And yeah, thank you. And the reason why I asked, because I really admire Karen's strength and bringing, women together to, help and support them with resources, because she do have resources. And Dayja, can you share with Karen how Karen has helped you as well?
Karen has helped me far as like my first encounter with, she helped me to be a day minister. She also got me a job working as a peer counselor as well, in a program where we help people get housing, jobs and things like that. So she's been a great inspiration for me. I will not lie,
Yes.
she's been awesome, and she's been great, so that's why, I scanned them out, because she did a lot, and then she, introduced me to you, and so she's done a lot.
Yes.
I'm not gonna hold you.
thank you guys. Thank you so much. I wanna share a little something before we leave, because I was in domestic violence, which I'm a survivor now since last year. I know us females are all coming together, getting to know each other. So sometimes there'll be issues where we don't know how to approach one another. So I don't tell much or tell where I came from, because I'm afraid somebody's gonna judge me, instead of saying, you know what, this is what I've been through. So Regina gave me the opportunity to come here and really share my story, and actually tell, like, I still have an anger problem because of the domestic that I just came out of, so as common as rope and connecting to you guys, I'm still healing. I'm still in the healing process. Everything is offensive to me. I don't care. Like, what I'm saying, I'm real, doesn't make it okay for the behavior, which I'm stating that I'm getting the help, admitting that you went through something and admitting that you just came from a domestic and everything is offensive is I pat myself on the back for that, because I know that I have a problem. So to see a psychiatrist is very important. So those are for people that is out there. I'm not going to say that I'm just, high sedity, because I'm not. I'm crawling just the way that everyone else have crawled. I made mistakes like everybody else have made, and I can't point a finger at no one else. I could just say, well, it's what I've been through. Allowing someone to beat on you and knowing that you gave your heart, and for them to use the word "I love you" and give me another chance, and you don't want to tell nobody, you don't want to share your story. There has been a time that I was going through my domestic partner situation where I called on Regina, and I was in the training that I'm doing right now, and I'm calling, I'm crying, and I'm letting her know, Regina, I don't know what to do. I don't want to call no police because they're gonna call me this, they're gonna make fun of me, they're gonna, where do I go? So my whole thing with that is it's very hard to just let go when you love somebody. So when another man does approach, you're still healing from that, and you don't know how to explain to them that, hey, I just came from out of domestic, because you don't want to have, you don't want them to see the weakness. I would call it a weakness. As for me, it will be a weakness. If the next man knows that I just came out of domestic, is allowing him to think that he can walk over me. So I jump if he says something wrong, like, what you said? You know what I mean? Like, because I'm still healing. I don't know who to trust. So I came to my sisters, and I'm glad that y'all here to ask y'all and let y'all know through this, the struggle that I'm going through now and the phase of putting these pieces together. Yes, I make mistakes. Yes, we got to keep on fighting. There's many other females that's crying and need help, so I answer all these calls. I'm human. Ride with me, walk with me. I am my sister's keeper. Let's keep adding females onto this. Let's keep adding people's stories onto this. Let's keep fighting, because someone else's story we can be able to help with our experience. So thank you for coming. I appreciate you guys. Nothing is promised for tomorrow. Let's share these young girls who died from domestic violence. Let's share their story. The men who got killed yesterday, the day before yesterday. Let's put their story out there. Let's fight. People are going to turn their cheeks. They're going to laugh at us. They're going to try to split us apart. It's not many of us standing together. And I want to find a way for us to come together, and let's really do this. Let's keep fighting.
Amen. Amen.
Yes. Yes. We're fighting. We're fighting right now. The message is so powerful.
Yes.
And your story is really, really powerful. So thank you, everyone. I want to thank you, young ladies, so much for being here with me on the Regina Queen Show, live podcast, and to share your
Thank
story,
you.
to be inspiration, and to, just help humanity. Thank you for what you do. We need more brilliant women to just come out, empower each other, uplift each other. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, Karen, for what you do, for being here with me, supporting me through my journey as well as I do yours. And you're such a brave woman. And
Thank you.
I
Thank you
really
so much. I
admire
love you
you.
guys.
From Georgia.
We
I
want to
am my
thank you.
I'm gonna do you have
I am my
Georgia?
sister's
Good to
keeper.
have you.
I am my
Amen. I'm
Yeah,
my
love
sister's keeper. Amen.
it.
Yes, I am my sister's keeper. That's
Our
that's
sister's
the thing. I love that saying.
Yeah,
Definitely
that's right.
so.
That part. Yeah, the sister's keeper. Break
Thank
the
you so
silence
much
against
for the
domestic violence.
opportunity.
So,
Yeah.
before we go, I would like to say to my viewers, if you know anyone who has encountered domestic violence, please reach out, get that person some help. And if you are that person that's encountering domestic violence, please reach out and get
Thank
help.
you.
There are resources in your community called 211, and they will give you resources. So we thank you all so very much, and we love you all.
Bye.
All right. Later.
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 Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yes.
You're
Definitely.
welcome. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Dayja.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
See you
Karen.
around. See you around.
Okay.
Be safe. Be safe out there. Be safe.
You as well.
Yes.